Hello everyone. Today I'll cover one of the very important topic, that is your voucheria, right? In your geology optional paper 1, okay? In the unit 1, of course, non-core data, right? So this question has been asked repeatedly 3 to 4 times even after your 2018 paper. So I was just looking the paper and the voucheria and the different stages of voucheria in your actually Nemahelminthes after your Platyhelminthes phylum, right? So in your Nemahelminthes, there are two animals. The one is Ascaris and the second one is Voucheria. There are two animals you have to cover, and that Ascaris we have already covered, right? And today we'll cover the topic of Voucheria. What is the topic of Voucheria we'll cover? We'll cover the whole life cycle and its general habitat and the general characteristic. Okay. Suppose if we just know the position of any animal or the phylum of any animal, right? So basically, accordingly, we can simply relate general feature of it, right? So suppose that if I'm talking that Voucheria is placed in the or the phylum in come in the phylum of Nemahelminthes. So what are the basic characteristics of the Nemahelminthes? If we talk about the classification, which are mainly based on three, है ना? The first is your dermal layer, the second is the coelom thing, right? And the third is your body plan, right? So even in that scenario, we can talk about this is the आपका pseudocoelomate one. Eschelminthes is one of that phylum. When we talk about the coelom, right? Try to connect every concept. Suppose that if the question will be about the coelom, right? So even you can just mention that it's not necessary that you have to cover, you have to remember everything about it. If you have covered the thoroughly the concept, of course you can write about anything. So this the Eschelminthes comes in your pseudocoelomate. Okay, so now we'll talk about that Voucheria. Voucheria is simply is known as a filarial worm. है ना? It's a proper. There's a one more important topic about it, that the parasitic adaptation in your helminths, right? So when we talk about the parasitic adaptation in helminths, not specifically platyhelminths. Why the platyhelminthes or the helminth? Because platyhelminthes and nemahelminthes, or earlier it was nematoda actually, the phylum name. And earlier it was known as Eschelminthes because Eschelus was a major organism in there, right? So we like when we are covering this Voucheria, of course, we'll see some of the parasitic adaptation. What are the parasitic adaptation? We have already covered, like flat body, है ना, some kind of suckers, outer thin cuticle body, and some of these kind. Okay. So of course you can mention these points also there in the general characteristic. है ना, you need to just connect every single topics. है ना. So Voucheria is known as a filarial worm because it causes the filaria, or simply known as because it is causing the filaria, or the filaria is also known as elephantiasis. Elephantiasis. Why the elephantiasis? Yes, it occurs in the India also. It's not like that it does not occur in India, है ना? So elephantiasis why? Because when the Voucheria जो generally आपका parasite है, that lives in your lymph system, है ना? So we'll talk about in the pathogenicities. I'll just give a little reference. So when it just block the lymphatic system, and the limbs become swelled up. Where the infection occurs, that becomes swelled up. That is why it is known as the elephantiasis. That means it appears like a elephant limb, है ना? It becomes swelled up, like sometimes it becomes so highly swelled up, and it's a huge, right? So okay, Voucheria has widespread distribution throughout the world, yes, except the polar region. Why the polar region? Of course, because of the temperature tolerance, you know. It is one of the most infective filarial parasite. Yes, because there are so many other species also which cause the filaria. It is one of the most infective filaria parasite affecting humans, specifically in the tropical and the subtropical area. Of course, we have already talked about it. Why? And even if we do not just think about it, why the major problem this like mosquito, which are generally spread to the mosquito, or why most of the diseases occurs in the tropical and subtropical region? The major reason is a like humid condition where these larvae of this mosquito or the flies or the arthropods can sustain, right? That is the one of the reason, है ना? And these helminths generally live in that transfer, है ना? It's a transferring agent, or the vector is to the your mosquito. ठीक है? So subtropical regions including parts of Africa, South America, and Indian subcontinent, of course, Southeast Asia, and Pacific Island. It is an endoparasite of human blood. Why we are mentioning that? Because when we talk about the parasite, we talk about their different organs, such as when we talk about the plasmodium, है ना? So plasmodium completes its life cycle in the liver, then the erythrocytic and pre-erythrocytic. There's a portion also hepatic cytogeny, है ना? सो आपका जो ये फाइलेरिया वाउचेरिया जो आपका है वो आपका सिंपली ब्लड या लिम्फेटिक सिस्टम में रहता है, ब्लड एंड लिम्फेटिक. Vaucheria branchiofti is a parasitic filarial nematode responsible for the lymphatic filariasis commonly known as the elephantiasis, है ना. This is a systematic classification. The phylum is Nematoda. Okay, then class is Phasmida. Why is it Phasmida? Phasmida is a kind of structure found in that. On the basis of that, it has been named. Order Phylariidae, genus Vaucheria, and species will cover the branchiofti. Okay, so we can see a simple structure, है ना, because it's a filaria, because it's a parasite. Of course, it will be flat, very small, है ना, microscopic generally, है ना, and it look the structure or the filaria is found in your lymphatic system like this, है ना. So if we see the single body, ऐसे करके उसकी body का structure है. What is the morphology? Adult form, adult male measures around 2.5 to 4 centimeter. Of course, we can see with the naked eyes also in length, and it is a thread like with a coiled tail. Look this, if you can just see that, if we can do the zoom also, we can see this there has a coiled tail. Okay, so that is one of the major feature. Then it is coiled tail. The female is larger. Okay, so that means what you can write from here, that female is larger, that means they show the sexual dimorphism, right? They show the sexual dimorphism, and reaching 8 to 10 centimeter in length, 8 to 10 centimeter in length, with a straight slender body. Adult form are filiform and cylindrical in shape, and both body ends terminate bluntly. Separate sexes with sexual, yes, sexual dimorphism, and females are larger than males for sure. Then microphyllary. Microphyllary is a stage. They are the first larval stage present in that blood stream. Its life cycle is generally but not very complicated compared to earlier, as we have covered the leishmania, monocystis, then we have covered the plasmodium also, right? So comparatively, its life cycle, it's not very complicated. Okay, so they are the sheath covered, as we have said, because it's a parasite. So one of the parasitic adaptation is the outer body covering, or the exo epidermal layers should be have the covering also, है ना. Some has a very thick covering, so it has a sheath covering measured around 250 to 300 micrometers in length, and show the nocturnal periodicity. It has one of the significance, as when we'll cover in the life cycle, you will see, guys, appearing in the peripheral blood mainly at night. Okay, because in the night generally the blood do not flow that fast, as we compare the in the day night we have the so many things, and working in a physical exercise, we have so many things we have to do. So in the night it shows its pathogenicity, or it shows the activity. Cuticle, the worm's body is covered with a tough and a flexible cuticle for sure, allowing resistance against the host immune cells. This is your one of the parasitic adaptation. Okay, then habitat, the adult form inhabit the lymphatic system, particularly the lymph nodes and vessels, especially those of the lower limbs. Okay, those of the lower limbs and genitalia and retroperitoneal tissues. Genitalia also, some of the, if you see the filariasis, it's simple, just google the filariasis, you will see some of that genetic organ, genitalial organ, specifically in the males, are very impacted, है ना, much impacted. The microfilaria circulate in the blood, are picked by the mosquito during the feeding. Okay, okay, so this is the life cycle. If we can just see it here, I need to do a little zoom also. Okay, so I'm telling you that Vaucheria is your digenetic parasite. That means it completes its life cycle in two hosts. The first is man, and the second is your mosquito. Okay, so this is the diagram. It's a little bit actually blur. Okay, I'll just cover in later classes. The life cycle of Vaucheria branchiofti is digenetic. Okay, it's digenetic and involving two hosts: the human, the definitive or the primary host, and the mosquito, the intermediate or secondary host, commonly the Culex mosquito. और mainly आपका Culex से Anopheles भी हो सकता है, Aedes species depending on the region, but mainly in India it's a Culex or the Aedes species. Anopheles तो आपका mainly for the malaria, right? Plasmodium. In the human host inoculation होता है. सबसे पहले how the human get infected with the infected mosquito. When the mosquito bite the human, for that it's feeding, है ना, ब्लड मील के लिए, जैसे मस्कीटो बाइट करता है, from that the larval stages transfer from the mosquito to the human. Okay, so infection begins when an infected mosquito deposits third stage, that is your L3 larva on the skin during a blood meal. The larva penetrate the skin and migrate to the lymphatic system. Okay, of course आपका lymphatic system present everywhere in your body. Then in the lymphatic system it shows the reproduction. The female worms releases thousands of microfilary, okay, into that bloodstream, and copulation takes place when individual of both sexes are present in that same lymph gland. The female are viviparous, of course, है ना, releasing numerous juvenile called the microfilary. Okay, microfilary is one of the important stage. The female releases so many small juvenile stage, that is your microfilaria, which are microscopic and both are in a mature stage, surrounded by a delicate cuticular sheath. That means what it simply mean, that microfilary is your infective stage, right? And it is surrounded with the cuticle. This is a stage which shows a nocturnal habit also, है ना? Then they discharge into lymph vessels and soon enter into blood vessels, showing the active movement. But in that human, they do not undergo further development until shocked by intermediate host, that is your mosquito. Periodicity, these microfilary exhibit nocturnal periodicity, appearing in the peripheral blood mainly at night, coinciding with the biting behavior of the mosquito. Why we are saying continuously biting behavior or the nocturnal habitat? Because generally mosquito है ना active during that dark night, or you simply say in the night. Dark night means not dark time or the night region. Okay, then in the mosquito, which is an intermediate host, from that infected person or the human, when again the mosquito, the fresh mosquito or the infected, it can be anyone. So when it bite for the meal, for the blood meal again, है ना, from that human, the larval, the microfilary stage get transferred into that mosquito stage. Okay, so when a mosquito bites an infected human, it ingests the microfilary. You have to remember what are the stages which is transferring. In fact, it ingests the microfilary along the with the blood meal. Then development in the mosquito, in the stomach of mosquito, microfilary lose their sheath, that is your outer cuticle sheath. Yes, we have covered that, surrounded by a delicate cuticular sheath. As the microfilary enters into the mosquito, right, it just dissolve, or it just loose is the cuticular sheath, penetrate the stomach region, stomach wall, and then from there migrate from the midgut to the thoracic muscle. In that mosquito, the main region is the thoracic muscle. Okay, where they undergo the metamorphosis and grow. They become adult and they become grow. They develop into the first stage larvae L1, that is your sausage shape. Then second stage L2, and more elongated form, and finally the infective third stage larva L3. Okay, that is slender in shape within the 10 to 14 days. Then transmission again, L3 larva or the infective juvenile now migrate to the mosquito's proboscis. Proboscis, that is the mouth region, right? Proboscis अभी thoracic से वहां पे फिर से वो कहां पर आ गया, proboscis region में, and are ready to transmit to a new human host during the next blood meal. The cycle repeats, ensuring the propagation and the survival of the species. What are the parasitic adaptation? Boucheria branchofti has evolved numerous morphological, physiological, and behavioral adaptation to survive in its host environment and ensure its transmission. First, of course, protective or the cuticle sheath, right? The second is a long, slender body, so that it can easily flow with that blood flow or the lymphatic flow. Then, sheathered microfilary, the protective sheath disguise them from the host immune responses. Why they need such because of course one of that very common thing in the blood, there's a present of immunoglobulin, है ना, आपके defensive system भी आपके कहाँ पर present है, blood में. So of course they will act on the filaria or the parasites to just neutralize that. Then behavioral adaptation, they are nocturnal for sure. Microfilary appear in the peripheral blood mainly at night, aligning with the feeding habitats of mosquito vectors, है ना. As simply as we said, the mosquito generally active in the your dark region or your night region. That's why microfilary also shows that nocturnal habitat. Okay, enhancing the chances of transmission for sure. This is one of the very different and unique adaptation. You can simply just mention this point in your parasitic adaptation of helminths also, and as we have already discussed, I think. Then site-specific habitation. Adult remain lymphatic tissues where immune surveillance is relatively lower. Okay, कंपेयर टू योर ब्लड रिच ऑर्गन. जो अडल्ट है वो लिम्फेटिक टिश्यूज में रहते हैं, ठीक है. बिकॉज वहां पे क्या होता है, लिम्फेटिक टिश्यूज में जनरली टू कंपेयर ब्लड है ना, या कंपेयर टू अदर एरियाज, यहाँ पे लिम्फेटिक उसका जो डिफेंसिव ऑर्गन्स ह्यूमंस के होते हैं या आज के होस्ट के होते हैं वो कंपेरेटिवली लोअर होते हैं. देन व्हाट आर द फिजियोलॉजिकल अडेप्टेशन? इम्यून इवेजन फॉर श्योर है ना, by preventing the intermediate detection and destruction. Then slow metabolism, because reduced metabolic activity helps in the long term survival. This point will relate in the next point है ना. Why sometimes what happens that it does not show its pathogenicity for the years also because of that reduced metabolic activity. Okay. Then reproductive efficiency, high fecundity, of course it produces in a very high number. It gives the, it's viviparous, not oviparous. So when it lays the it not actually when it give the birth, it is very high in number. Ensure that release of a large number of microvilli, increasing the chances of being taken by the mosquito. This adaptation helps the parasitic maintain a chronic infection in the human host and increase the transmission efficacy. Pathogenicity, why I have mentioned it, because sometimes you guys just confuse what to write in the conclusion portion, है ना. So whatever you think of the pathogenicity, if the pathogenicity concept asked, it has been asked actually already, है ना, तो आप सीधे सीधे लिख दोगे. अगर नहीं है, if the question has not been asked specifically pathogenicity, then you can just conclude like that. Okay. Pathogenicity again वो Vaucheria brachypterygia, primarily due to the presence of adult worm in the lymphatic system and the immune responses triggered by their antigens, है ना. इसमें आपका असिम्पैथिक फेज होता है, अक्यूट फेज होता है, एंड योर नेक्स्ट इज chronic phase. Chronic phase is actually showing that diseases acute or जो acute and asymptomatic phase do not show. Many infected individuals show the no outward symptom for years, है ना. Then despite the lack of symptom, microvilli may still circulate. Of course they are not showing, or maybe they are not that much infective. That lymphatic damage can still occur silently during these phases, है ना. Then acute phase में क्या होता है? Lymphadenitis and lymphadenitis, fever sometimes it cause regular fever, है ना, time to time fever आ जाता है. Then filaria fever caused by the release of the filary antigens and immune responses. As our body respond, right, our antibody responds, so against of that, the filaria also respond. So that causes your filaria fever. Okay. Then orchitis and epididymis in males due to the inflammation in genital lymphatics. ये specifically आपको orchitis and epididymis, it's your related to the male genital organ, right? So that causes that inflammation in simply males. Chronic phase, you can simply, if you have the less time, if you have the less word limit also, then you can simply start with the chronic phases, and I just mentioned the asymptomatic and acute phases. Then elephantiasis, the most dramatic and the disfiguring manifestation caused by the prolonged lymphatic blockage. In that, swelling and the thickening of limbs occur, breast or the genitalia. Then hydrocele, accumulation of fluid in the scrotum, that's also common in man, as we have already said, that it impacts mainly the limb system and the genital portion of the man, and limb system of any, irrespective of the gender. Okay. Then chyluria, presence of the lymph chyle in the urine due to the ruptured lymph vessels. Then premature permanent disability. Sometimes it causes a permanent disability because it causes such a huge swelling, है ना, due to the blockage of your lymphatic system. Then immune responses in pathology, that is how the body responding. Okay. The dominant immune responses, inflammatory cytokines and secondary infection. Conclusion में वही आपका लिखना है, the pathogenicity and mosquito ability to evade the host immune response. Look, the conclusion should be like that. What is the answer? What is the question? Okay. So suppose that if we talk about the plasmodium, I think we have talked about it earlier also. So suppose that if the simple question is life cycle of plasmodium, so then you'll conclude the pathogenicity of significance of that different host, the significance of its life in different hosts, because it's a question of life cycle. But if the question is the causing pathogens of the malaria, then you will write the pathogenicity in that conclusion. Okay. So if we want to just conclude it, then how we conclude it? एक तरफ आप लिखोगे man or human, and one side you will write the mosquito, right? आपने ऐसे करना है. मैन में आपकी कौन सी, यहाँ पे आपकी मस्कीटो ने क्या किया, बाइट किया. ठीक है, मस्कीटो ने बाइट किया मैन को, और यहाँ पे आपकी कौन सी आ गई, L3 लार्वल स्टेजेस. L3 लार्वल स्टेजेस एंटर्स इनटू योर ब्लड, है ना. आपके लार्वल स्टेजेस, यहाँ पे आपका सेक्सुअल फर्टिलाइजेशन अकर्स इन द ह्यूमन ओनली. ठीक है, आपके सेक्सुअल फर्टिलाइजेशन अकर्स एंड दे प्रोड्यूस द फर्टिलाइजेशन, and they produce the larvas, sorry, not larvas but your microfilary, right? Your microfilary get again ingested by the mosquito. That microfilary stage again MF. We can simply write it like MF. ठीक है? Microfilary आपकी जो stage है, that will enter into your mosquito. In that mosquito, that enter into from the mouth, that enter into stomach or the midgut. From that midgut, they enter into the thoracic region, है ना? In that thoracic region, the microfilary has outer cuticle sheath, है ना? That will become just looses. You can simply write it down. In the thoracic region, there is looseness of the outer cuticle sheath of the microfilary. Then this microfilary, which is generally circular, है ना? Then it become into develop or the metamorphose adult. You can simply write it down, metamorphose into adult, and that adult again do that larval stages, है ना? adult में वो ट्रांसफर होता है, फिर वहां पे आपका फर्टिलाइजेशन और larval stage में वो ट्रांसफर होता है, और that larval stages just enter into your human. Okay, thank you. That's how we covered complete the life cycle. Thank you so much.